All right. Okay, I think we are good to go. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello to everyone who has popped in early. Glad to have you here. Okay, hello. Who do I see in so far? I see Red Beast, I see Aaron, I see Drew, I see Remy Animes, and I see Lewis. Hello, welcome in, everyone. Welcome into the stream. Today, what we are doing, like it says right here, is the superhero redesigns. Right, so what does that mean? It means we are going to be redesigning some classic designs from superheroes. Oh, whoops. Hold on here. Excuse me. That's going to bother me. Okay, we're going to be redesigning some classic superheroes and giving them a whole new look, a whole new feeling. So be sure to, request some different superheroes that you would like. I'm on time, but still somehow late. Don't worry, you're not late. But yeah, be sure to request some superheroes. We're going to be starting with Wanda or the Scarlet Witch. Um, as per the poll. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing just okay. But before we begin, you know what time it is. So, if you didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds have to stick together. So, if you're an art nerd too, be sure to check out the links to our social media in the description below, and check out our website for our class offerings, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are an art school too. So, if you'd like to support us, oh my god, I forgot to change the asset again. If you'd like to support us so we can keep making free content, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to tons of perks like my working files, critique sessions, and a huge discount on our classes that have a limited amount of spots, so be sure to check those out before they are gone. Oh my god, I straight up forgot to change the thing again. I should just do that on stream, just change the asset on stream. Oh well. But yeah, be sure to keep that Discord link in mind. Be sure to keep that in your brain, because you may want that for a giveaway that's coming up. So be sure to join our Discord for more details. You can also join on the... If you're here on the YouTube channel, you'll hear about it as well. But if you'd like to hear about it a little bit early, then be sure to join the Discord, where you can get extra details about a certain giveaway that's coming up. But regardless, let's gonna move on. It's like I should just... You know what? I'm gonna write it down. Alright, Black Panther and Spider-Man have been requested so far. Again, we are going to be starting on Wanda, or the Scarlet Witch. But yes, so that's Black Panther and Spider-Man. I'll write those down. Oh, I'm excited for those. They involve animals. That's going to be more fun. Alright. I'm going to be 100% honest with all of you. Okay, I know next to nothing about superheroes. I am like kind of shooting in the dark for half of these, right? Peanut buddy Gelatime, where you at? Hello. That's an old meme. I respect it though. So we're starting off with Wanda. Or Scarlet Witch. I have a huge, like, just kind of library of references off to the side. Just Google search, right? I'm Google searching them. So I won't have it down here because I need a bunch of references this time. Are villains allowed? I'll allow it. Sure. Venom as well, then? I'll see how many of these I can get to, because they are all full-bodied people. So I'll try my best, because I wanted to do at least flat coloring this time. So Venom was also one. Oh my goodness. No, my pen. It broke. But hello and welcome to everyone. I'm sorry, I'm kind of writing down everything. I'm a bit of a mess today. Woke up late. Not really paying attention. Okay. Let's get to this then. So when I look at the Scarlet Witch, obviously lots of red. That's what I'm kind of thinking of, right? And when you're kind of thinking of a redesign, you have to keep the very, very basic motifs within that illustration, right? So what do I see when I see the Scarlet Witch? I see this kind of like this thing, which is like the thing that's part of her like crown. Is it a crown? It's a mask, something like that, right? I see that, and I see a lot of red, right? So obviously I'm gonna have to keep those in. I also see a cape. Every single iteration has a cape or a jacket of some kind, right? That also covers her designs. I'm gonna try to keep those all in there. Oh, some of them don't have the cape. Some of them just kind of have a flowing skirt. To be honest, a cape would be kind of annoying to deal with. How I'm going to go about this is I'm going to kind of think about what would be the most practical in terms of her design. Because a lot of these past designs, not very practical, right? More for aesthetic, right? So what I'm thinking with this one is that, you know, she has this beautiful long flowing hair, and I feel like that'd be also kind of annoying if you're kind of fighting somebody and it's just everywhere in the wave, right? It's already annoying to have to deal with long hair in like normal mundane situations, so I can't imagine what it's like in less mundane situations. So I'm gonna kind of tie that back for her. I'm kind of illustrating this. But yes, I'm gonna see how many of these suggestions I can get to, because designing is very different than just kind of drawing it out. But the good thing about these guys is that they are all superheroes, so they will all have stronger body types, right? And that is kind of like my forte. Because even if you're not too sure if something that you request will be drawn or not, draw it anyway. Whoops. Keep forgetting that there's no nudge. So how am I going to alter this crown thing a little bit? Because it's funky, but also, like, I feel like I can change it a little bit. Unless if it has some kind of significance that I'm not sure about. I don't know. What if we kind of had it so then it kind of pull, like, obviously I want to kind of keep her hair in, like, as if it was a ponytail. Alright, I want to give her hair a bit of a ponytailish look, but I know that that crown thing kind of holds it out of her head, right? But what if it was, like, straight up just held it back as if it was... I'm also going to bring it up a little bit more because I like that. I like the horn aesthetic. But what if it was kind of, like, behind her hair? Really pushed it back. Have I seen WandaVision? I have not. Or yeah, WandaVision I'm assuming, or WandaVio. If you mean WandaVision, then no. If you mean WandaVio, also no. Okay, you meant WandaVision. Okay. But yeah, no, I have not seen WandaVision. I finished Loki with my dad a little while ago, which was really good. And I was debating with myself whether I should put Loki in this in the poll or not. Because I was like, I don't think he counts as a hero. Like in the new show, he kind of counts as a quote unquote hero, right? The show's intention was to make him seem like he was a little more heroic, or like he's trying to redeem himself or whatever. Right, but I was like, I don't know. So then I asked a bunch of other people, and they were all like, he's a little more like, all right. I put a poll on Instagram too, and I was like, is Loki a hero or a villain? And everyone was kind of like, well, he's kind of like an anti-hero or like somewhere in between. And I'm like, I don't think it counts then. But I can't say no if somebody requests it, so. Because I was like, it'd be kind of fun to redesign Loki. Honestly, it'd be kind of fun to redesign Loki. It'd be kind of fun to redesign Thor, so I put Thor there. Because and then I could really take inspiration from Norse mythology, right? Because they are like Nordic gods, right? And I was like, you know, the new designs aren't quite so. It's like I feel like we could really pull that Nordic feeling out of them more, you know? Just like Venom in his movie. Another movie I have not watched. Like Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool's an anti-hero. Yeah, so you can already tell that I'm taking a little bit longer with this one. Oops. A little bit large. You can already tell that I'm kind of taking longer with this one. Because designs always take me a little bit longer. I may only be able to get to 3. I'll see what I can do, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I was told that Venom is a lot like people were like kind of 50-50 on Venom. I was told that Venom is a lot better if like you watch it with the idea, with the preconceived notion that it's a rom-com. I've been told that it's better if you think of it like that rather than it being an actual like kind of anti-hero movie. Let's be honest, you just want to draw God of War Thor. More like I want to draw God of War Loki. But yes, you are correct. That's the only reason I would want to draw Thor. I saw Thor like winning, and I was like, I wouldn't mind this one. But then I checked again, and I saw that the Scarlet Witch won, and I was like, oh, let's go start with a woman. Superhero designs. Yes, Just J. We are going to be doing some superhero redesigns. That's what we're doing today. Again, like I said, I'm not a huge superhero person. So if I kind of butcher any of your favorite superheroes, my apologies. I'm just going off of what I think could be improved based off off of the design. In terms of practicality's sake. Now I kind of like what the MCU did, and they changed her from a cape to like just a jacket. Like a cool jacket, and I think that's really cool, but I think we can push this, because she kind of has this tech wear vibe to her. I think we can push that a little bit further. Venom's getting another movie. Is he? LOL. I didn't expect that one. She's kind of got this tech wear-ish vibe to her, like a cyberpunky vibe to some of them, right? The MCU version, she really has like a long jacket. There's some kind of like corset on her, which I think is kind of funky, right? It gives her more practicality to her outfit, right? Which is great. You know, they love to make old superhero designs love to make outfits super impractical. Part of me was hoping that Aquaman would win, just because I hate his design with every fiber of my being. I'm so sorry to anybody who likes Aquaman, but like that original orange and gold is not it, dude. Like I don't know what's happening there. Try to do Spider-Man. Spider-Man is on my request, so that is number 3. Hopefully, I'll be able to get to at least 3. Black Panther and Spider-Man for sure are probably happening. Not sure about anything past that though, but we'll see. Yeah, give her a little bit more muscle definition in the arms. I want muscular female superhero supremacy. Give her a wider shoulder width. Yeah, so the majority of what I know about the MCU is mostly just from movies. I apologize. And the majority of what I know about most thing that I know about Marvel is from the movies. The majority of what I know from DC is from the comics, and even then it's even less than the Marvel movies, because I've only read like 2 DC comics. And that was only because I really liked the art style. Yeah, it's never the pose that's the hard for me. It's the design itself, right? But I'll try to get to as many of these as I can. Once again, she's got like these boots, right? She's got these like knee-high boots. Knee-high boots, if you've never worn knee-high boots, not very easy to move around in. Just saying. Alright, a little bit easier to move around in something like ankle boots, if that. Alright, definitely not heels, flats though. I just taught a foot lesson today with my camp students. Feet and legs, feet and legs. I feel like this should be a little bit smaller. Yeah, okay. Not a big fan of DC. If I'm bored enough, I'll just look at fan art of DC heroes. Yeah, that's valid. I feel like the only one that I've read is the Super Sons, like the Super Sons comics, like the originals, only because I really loved the artist who designed John and Damien, which was or he designed John. I don't think he designed Damien. He designed John, and it was I can never spell his name right. I know how to pronounce it. It's Jorge Jimenez. It's like, I think it's with a G. Jorge Jimenez. right? I think that's how you spell it. I'm not 100% sure. But his work is gorgeous. So I was like, I saw that artwork and I was like, okay. And I looked it up and I'm like, okay, this is pretty sick. Let's keep this motif, right? We have this kind of M shape thing going on, right? Why don't we bring that back into the outfit, right? Let's keep the jacket because I kind of like this jacket, but it's like really long and flowing and I feel like that, again, kind of impractical. So, and you know, even with the new kind of like MCU outfit, they've left her chest more exposed, right? And I'm like, again, not very practical. So we could keep just the M shape like this, but instead we could keep it as if it was one long jacket, kind of like that. So again, I'm thinking in practicality, not quite much. Keys her chest exposed. Maybe we give her a tank instead. And then maybe the jacket. Jorge Jimenez? Yeah, but it's with a J for the last name. I like this corset thing that's happening here. But again, corset's very impractical, so let's just say that there's a zipper. They did good with giving her leggings, though. Easy to move in leggings. Really easy. Let's say if we wanted to keep some of that flowiness in there, though. Maybe we could give her, like, separate sleeves. This part is just for aesthetics now. I also use MediBang. Yeah, we use MediBang for the streams. I am a Photoshop user, but MediBang is amazing for beginners. It's a great program. Yeah, I've seen his DCR. Yeah, no, he's super, super good. I love Jorge Jimenez's work. Gorgeous stuff. So cool. Thank you, Ariel. But yeah, Nicholas, I am more of a Photoshop user, but going from Photoshop to like this program, pretty seamless. Like it's not too different. Really, really good. Let's say that she's got like kind of ergonomic sneaker. Kind of look the ones that look like socks, like the Balenciagas. Yeah. I'm joking, but still. Something a little more practical for when you're running around, you know? Gives your feet a little bit more support. Let's say that it's kind of attached to the full suit. Then in that case, this kind of feels definitely more like a more classic superhero design. But this one's a little bit easier to move around in, I suppose. It's kind of hard to move in a giant leather jacket, you know? Wanda looks amazing. Can't wait to see it done. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm late. You're not late. You're all good. You also use MediBang at Unicorn? Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. Been using it for a couple years now until I got my drawing pad. I usually draw characters using a mouse. Yeah. Ugh. I commend you for using a mouse. I could never. I am glued to my tablet. I just got a Surface as well, so I could do digital art on the go. I didn't even want an iPad because I was like, I can't. I'm not an Apple person, and like I want to be able to use the desktop version of Photoshop. So like if I get an iPad, obviously not a desktop, right? Same with Clip Studio Paint. Like if I want to be able to use Clip Studio without a constant subscription, then I need to use the desktop version, right? And I was like, obviously don't have that kind of deal, so I need to get a desktop kind of thing that has a touchscreen, and the Surface seemed to be the best choice, and it's great. It works fantastic. You downloaded Clip Studio for the 3D modeler, yeah. I don't even use the 3D functions. I have Blender for that if I ever need to, but yeah, Clip's great for its 3D model capabilities. I use Clip mostly just for its perspective ruler. But if Photoshop starts to run kind of low, then I'll switch to Clip because it can run all my brushes, and it can run all my files and whatnot. But yeah, I have a friend who draws with a trackpad. I commend her so much. I really want her to get a tablet just so like she can save her wrist, but man, she is good with that thing though. I'll try to get to color because I do want to get to color with these ones, right? Because it doesn't really 100% read as a redesign without the color. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of this kind of like the horn aesthetic, so I just kind of made it bigger just because I think it's fun. Is it normal that MediBang lags a lot for you? Not too sure, Fat Gum. Usually it has to deal with your processor. MediBang doesn't use up a lot though. Like it doesn't use up a lot of memory or computing power, so not too sure. So I'm kind of feeling that this thing goes around the back of her head instead of like the front. Again, playing with the shapes just because I want to. I have no clue what purpose this crown thing serves. I have no clue what the story behind it is. I just think it looks kind of cool and I want to exaggerate it. And make it look funkier. Love the horns. Love the horn aesthetic. Be here for it. Might also be the size of your canvas, that too. If your computer can't handle the pixel size that you give your canvas, then it might start to lag. Yeah, when you fill or do a big line over a big canvas, it might start to lag. Yeah, my computer has a really powerful processor, so I don't really have to worry about lag with any of my programs or my file size either. The only time that it'll ever lag is if it's over like, oh my god, like over like 50,000 pixels or something, because my computer is pretty powerful in terms of that. But yeah, be careful. Drawing or turning the canvas, even zooming in and out. Yeah, it might have to do with your processor, like how old your computer is, what kind of computer you have. It may have to deal with how big your canvas is, right? All that kind of jazz. If you're using a Chromebook, it's definitely not very powerful. Using a tablet, depending on the tablet, it might not be powerful enough either. Crown thing looks cool. Thank you. But yeah, there's a whole load of things that can add to the idea, add to like why something might lag. When drawing clothes, unless if they're like skin tight, you always want to give them a bit of an edge, like a bit of a lip, so then you can kind of tell that it's not directly attached to the body, right? There's a little bit of disconnect, right? How much of a lip you give will depend on how thick the material is. I'm kind of thinking that this is like, oh my god, this is like fabric armor or something, so like I'm making it a little bit thicker. Yeah, thanks. No worries. But yeah, I could deal with a whole new number of things with lagging. My old laptop lagged quite a bit as it started to get older. And it was a gaming laptop, so even as things age, they start to weather and be not so good. These shoulder things are not practical. That's okay. For the design. I'll give her gloves too. I just realized I got rid of the gloves and I should probably keep them. When redesigning a character, how do you change their appearance while still maintaining the overall look of the character? That's mostly just about kind of finding the motifs that you have. Sorry, I've been talking kind of loud. I realize this music's a little bit loud. I mean, I'm not listening to music. No, I'm not. But it's mostly just like kind of finding the motifs that you find within the original design, right? So I found this crown, and I'm like, okay, this is a really big thing. I should keep that in there. There aren't really much other motifs that go with her other than her like scarlet red hair and her bright red outfit, right? So it's kind of necessary to include colors for this one. But you just have to make sure that you're not getting rid of the core elements of the design. It should still be somewhat recognizable because there should be still some things that you're taking inspiration from the original. You're not giving it a complete rewrite, you're giving it a redesign, you know? Jessie, since you're going to be working on redesigns of superheroes, have you ever heard of Arm Fall Off Boy? I have not. Yeah, my laptop is kind of older, so it lags a bit when I zoom in too much. Yeah, that's valid. Is Arm Fall Off Boy an artist or a character? Again, I'll see how many I can get done. I've already got maybe like 3 requests, and that might be all I can do. Unfortunately, we'll see how fast I can move with Black Panther and Spider-Man. I'm happy that I got a couple animal ones because that might be kind of fun to deal with. Yeah, she's got some funky like plating. Oh, she does have one with her arms off to like the genius. I'm kind of simplifying it a little bit, I realize. But I don't want to make it too extra because if I do, then it will take me forever. Oh, Armfall Off Boy is a superhero with the power of detachable limbs. Uses these limbs to beat villains up. That's valid. Honestly, that just sounds like using, like... You know what? Me too. That sentence is ending there. Me too. If you're gonna color, can you make the powers red and black? Well, they're already bright red, so I was probably already gonna do that. Bring in some of this patterning that I see on her collar back into somewhere else. Maybe we can give her a belt so we can make it a little less boring in this area. Hello, Jessie. Who's your favorite superhero? Ah, well, you aren't here for quite the beginning, Mia. I am very neutral on superheroes. I am not a very superhero-y person. Not gonna lie. If I really had to choose... I don't know, they're all neutral for me. I don't know. Like... Yeah, I don't know, man. You're gonna get me thinking about this for a while. I do like Superboy, but like Jonathan Kent, not Connor. I don't mind Connor, I just don't know much about him. I like John just because he's like a really fun kind of character. I like Damien as well. Again, another fun kind of character. I think I just like their dynamic in terms of like the way that they're written with the comics. Everybody from Marvel is very neutral to me. I don't. They're fine. They're great characters. It's just that for the most part, some of them are kind of boring. But like I guess the MCU versions of them are a little boring. I don't know much about the comics, but 99% of the time, very neutral. Guilty Gear is a fantastic example of character redesigns. The changes from the previous game to now in the Guilty Gear style are great. Never played Guilty Gear, but I'll take your word for it. Have you seen a Spider-Man movie, Jessie? I think I've seen all of them. Including Into the Spider-Verse. I've seen all of them. I loved Into the Spider-Verse. That was a really, really good movie. I have a soft spot for Beast Boy. That's valid, actually. You know what? Beast Boy's pretty sick. You know? Spider-Man's your fave? Yeah. I don't know. Whenever I think of Spider-Man, my brain's like, you know what? He's a great character. He's well written. He's a really, really cute kind of character. I like that he's a little more like funky, like a little because he's a kid, right? He's a little more fun. He's a little less serious, right? A college student, right? He's constantly tired. I like that too. Or he's a teenager in some college and others, adult and others, depending on which universe you're in or which like branch of the universe, because there's so much. I think that's why like heroes intimidate superhero stuff intimidates me, I guess, because I'm like there's so much to know and I'm like where do I catch up? It's like where do I start, because there's like a bajillion timelines and whatever. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'll just stay to the side, I suppose. Spider-Verse rules. Can't wait for the next one. Yeah, I can't wait for the next Into the Spider-Verse. That movie was so good. I saw it on not opening night, but the night after. We went to go see I went with my dad and my brother. We went to the maybe 10 o'clock showing at night, 10 p.m. And I forced them to go. I was like, no, we gotta go see it. Same with Detective Pikachu. I forced them to both to come with me to watch it. But I was like, no, we gotta see it. We gotta watch it, right? And they were like, okay, fine. Right, and I dragged them there, and we all watched it in the middle of the night. And then we ended up buying a physical copy of it too. And I'm bringing the horns motif back in there into the back of the shoe, just for fun. For some reason, I imagined a silly challenge where the artist picks a random object in their home and turns it into a superhero. That's a pretty sick challenge. You should do it. Spider-Verse the best. Spider-Man's quips, yeah. Oh, you saw it on Netflix. You saw it on Netflix, yeah. I remember just watching it in theaters in 3D. Such a good experience. Oops. That was a good time. Oh. Okay. Oh, I forgot her hair a little. Oh my god, this is taking so long. Okay. Speed it up a little bit. Gotta go. Bye. Bye. Hello, M. Welcome in. There's one version of Spider-Man called Spiders Man, the pile of spiders that collectively think they're Peter Parker. That's valid. Honestly, me too. I wish I was a pile of spiders. I wish I was one of those daddy long leg piles. You never seen one of those? They're pretty epic. They're like horrible, and if I ever saw one, I would stay 70 feet away from it, but it's amazing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nature, but also it's like bad nature, but also good nature. Hi. Hey. Alright, that's gonna have to do it. Okay, let's get to the color portion. I'm gonna try to make this real quick. I'm gonna keep it to flats only because I can't afford to do anything longer than that. Oh, can I wand this? Oh, yes I can. Excellent. Oh, let's expand this by 2. Let's go. That's what I like to see. But yeah, Spider-Verse is epic. Yeah, it is. Do you guys know that it took 1,000 animators on 1 second? The scene for Spider-Verse. I think it took 1,000 animators for the entire movie. Not even. I think the team was 160 animators. There was a lot of, but it is definitely a really, really long time that it takes to animate a movie like that, right? It takes a really, really long time. I don't think it's 1,000 animators. I think it's 1,000 people on the team. But definitely in terms of the animators, there's a bunch of people that work on just one scene. You know, it's not just one person who animates it all, right? There's the keyframer, there's the person who does the storyboarding, there's the person who does the keyframes, the person who does the in betweens, There's the person who colors, the colorist. There's the person who has the FX afterwards, right? And there's more than one of those, right? There's more than one of those on a team. Right? There's tons of them. I think it's a little bit less than 1,000 though, if I remember correctly. I follow a few of the artists that worked on it. I feel like it was a team of 100 something. I'm not 100% certain though. Hiya. Hello, Hazard. Welcome in. But yeah, I don't think it was a 1,000 per scene. I think it was 1,000. Like it could have been 1,000 on the whole team, but not even a video game has 1,000 people working on it in terms of like the art department. Okay, can I paint bucket this? Oh, yes I can. Turn up the tolerance a little bit higher. Right, so the majority of her outfit will just be this red, right? Because that's kind of what the original was as well. For kind of really, she has a very monochromatic color scheme. I'll clean all this up too. I just need to kind of mark off, oops, all of this first. Sometimes I like animated movies more than live action. I usually prefer animated over live action. Obviously it depends on the movie. But my favorite movies are all animated. I feel like I way prefer, like my favorite American movie is Kubo and the Two Strings. My favorite movie of all time is Spirited Away from Studio Ghibli. And then everything else that's a runner-up is also just Studio Ghibli. They're the only movies that I'm 100% willing to watch a second time over. Another favorite movie of mine, my favorite live-action movie, I don't think I can say because it's not family-friendly, but like, it's a horror. That's why. My favorite live-action movie. When I was younger, my favorite movie was The Water Horse. I don't even think any of you know what that is. That's fine. It's old. Old as heck. This needs to be a different color. Let's make that. Oops. I think this red, this bright one, can be kept as an accent color. So maybe if we kind of made this more like... That feels a little bit nicer. But then this feels a little bit more like a misnomer. What if... Oh, what if... My bad. What if we did this? If this was all this color, and then if we had... Sorry, I'll take a look at the chat in a second. And then if we had this here, that feels a little bit better. Monochromes. I find I am always bad at working with them. And that means this should probably, oops, be lighter over here. Make this darker, perhaps? Perhaps. Looks amazing. Thank you. I'm drawing Venom because he's my fave. Valid, valid. But hello to everyone who's popping in. Some of you are my past students. Glad to have you join in. Superhero redesigns. We're redesigning superheroes. This one's taking way longer than I thought it would. My god. Definitely keeping it as flats only. Jessie, will you be taking that free beginner digital art class? I don't think so. Or will I be teaching it or taking it? I'm not too sure. And depending on when it's running. I've always wanted to redesign a modern Batman. Well, you should, lovely Faye studio director. No time like the present. I don't know anything about Batman. I know more about his kids than I do about him, which is really funny to me, I think. But hey, man, no time like the present. I have no idea where to start. My brain would automatically, I think my brain automatically just went to like some kind of like cyberpunky look. Like almost as if like not quite cyberpunky, maybe more like tech wear, like some kind of like proper tech wear, you know what I'm saying? I like Marvel and DC neutral 100%. Same, Emma. I am definitely 100% neutral. I am so like unbothered. By all of it, you know? It's just like, like what you like, man. I'm not gonna stop you. Alright. That's gonna have to do it for the Scarlet Witch, because I don't want to spend forever on her, and I basically already did. So... for me, Marvel all the way. Marvel all the way for you. I am completely neutral. To each their own, you know? Alright. It was Black Panther next, wasn't it? Oh no. And here's my thing, right? What if Black Panther was shaped more like a panther, right? You know, it's kind of like, it's, like what if Spider-Man was more like a spider? What if Black Panther was more like a panther? What if we kind of added more of that panther in, right? Not necessarily just like as if it's some dude in a suit. What if he's like, again, apologies if you really like Black Panther, right? I am just doing whatever my brain tells me to do first. Right? What did my brain first tell me to think of? That's right, a centaur character. What if it really looked like, what if he really had more panther in there, right? Again, I have all my references off to the side. There are too many to actually, put on this little window back here, right? Yes, Black Panther was next. So what if we really brought more of that panther in there? Right? Or maybe if we made it kind of part of like a suit, right? What if like we really had more of that mobility in there, I saw the Black Panther movie and that's about it. That's all I know about Black Panther, right? I'm kind of looking at actual Panthers here too, because it's always good to have more than one point of reference, you know what I'm saying? Always good to have that. Well, some of them are spotted. Like a man spider, yes, exactly. But we're thinking about Black Panther right now, just for now. So let's kind of take some peeks at his design overall. I really like the way that his like face mask thing works, right? I quite like that look. I think it's pretty sick. Right, but again, what if we made it even more Panther, right? Let's really amp up the ears a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Again, my apologies if you really like Black Panther, right? I am doing what my brain tells me to do, and right now I am on that brain rot, right? You know what I'm saying? Hi, can I thank you for your tutorials? I started drawing now for 5 days with my Wacom. One, I really enjoy it. Thanks for the tutorials. Of course! I'm glad you're enjoying your Wacom, Tycho. I too am quite the Wacom snob, but other tablets are also really good, right? You can use any tablet that you would like, you know? And speaking of tablets, make sure that you kind of subscribe or join the Discord, you know, for maybe some other news about tablets that we may be taking part in. Yes. So, you know, the ears on a Panther are a little more round, right? What if we kind of brought that back, right? I know it's less intimidating, but I think it's cuter. It kind of comes back around. This is a really cool look, though. It kind of comes back around and molds itself into the shape of the face, which is a really, really good kind of design. It's really fun. Black Panther suit from the movie gave me Power Ranger vibes. True, actually. Hey there. Thank you so much to this channel. I no longer draw ducklings. Valid. Still kind of bad, but getting better. Good. I'm glad. And if you want to share your drawings, make sure you join the Discord. You can share all your work there. In the Spider-Man TV show, the Spider-Man turns into a Spider-Man. 6 arms, 4 eyes, and the mask was torn open. That's pretty epic. I'm a very big fan of spiders, as in, like, I like them as, like, part of the ecosystem. And, like, if they don't bother me, then I won't bother them. I'm not 100% afraid of them, but I won't be touching them voluntarily, unless if, you know, I would voluntarily touch a tarantula, but I feel like I'm less scared of tarantulas than I am of, like, mini spiders, you know what I'm saying? Jessie, you're crazy fast. Thank you. I find I'm going quite slow for this stream. I'm like, I feel like I'm going quite slow. I wish I was going a little bit faster. Okay, I'm gonna join now. Excellent. It's bad, but I'm proud of it. Good. Don't worry. Listen, if you've never drawn before, don't worry about, like, whether it's good or bad, right? Just focus on having fun, right? That's the first battle. If you're having fun, then that's the first thing you want to think about. You know what I'm saying? Panther, how does how do the arms work? Okay, I'm right. So it's kind of like it comes down from the top here. The bot doesn't work? Pain. Alright, well, join the Discord. It's in the description. Panthers. If you were here for the mammal stream, panthers are part of... their hind legs are digitigrade, but I believe their front legs are plantigrade. If these photos are correct. Oh, now I'm gonna start to get carried away. What if it wasn't like he was half... What if it was like a suit? What if this was all like a mech? Like if he was... now my brain is turning. The wheels are turning. That's how you know that this is good. This is starting to get somewhere. Yes, 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 yes. That's what's happening. You sketched so fast. Thank you. I'm gonna join the Discord now. Okay, have fun. Looks like a sensor. Yeah, that's what my brain is going. My brain is going. Okay, like I heard, y'all recommended you said like, okay, let's do the animal based ones. So if you give me the animal based ones, I'm gonna think more about the animals because I like to think in organics, right? So I'm kind of thinking, right? What if this was all part of like some kind of mechanical suit, right? What if, right? Oh my god, so sorry. That was a weird sneeze. Regardless, right? My brain is kind of going like, what if like Black Panther, right? Instead of like, what if he didn't have legs, right? What if he didn't have legs and like, but he like, you know, still the superhero kind of, right? Well, so what if like this is like some like epic prosthetic legs, right? What if these are like some really sick, like a really sick wheelchair of some kind, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if it was like that, you know? So if I made it a little more proportional. Yeah. Yes! This is the dumbest idea I've ever had. I love it so much. This is so... Bless you, thank you. Is that a Black Panther centaur? Yeah, it is. What if he was a centaur that actually had Black Panther as his other half? But what if, like, this was, like, mechanical, right? What if it wasn't actually... Because, you know, they're very technology-based, right? So what if it wasn't, like... What if, like, this was all, like, very technologically based, right? So it's not actually, like, he's half Panther. It's more like... What if it's more like they built him like this, you know? Like, what if he was just built different like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if, like, you know, he's like missing legs, right? So then they're like, he's like, but he's still like king, right? So he's like, he's got to lead his people somehow. So then this is their solution, right? They give him this mechanical panther suit, right? And they like, and they. So I'm getting really excited. You know, you can tell because I'm kind of starting to ramble, right? What if it's, you know what I'm saying? This is so fun, isn't it? It's like yes, yes, yes. You know that you're getting excited when your brain starts to work overtime, right? This is what I like to call the what if factor, right? Your what if factor. This is the kind of factor that you want to keep up when you are designing something, right? Give yourself ideas, let yourself get excited, let yourself get really into the idea of whatever it is that you're drawing, right? And that really makes your design feel a lot more strong, right? Because you can tell there's passion behind it. You can tell there's something really fun behind it. Very cool idea, thank you. It's like one of those Halloween costumes with the fake legs. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking more it's like a whole suit, like it's a mech suit. I'm feeling very inspired by this one artist. This is one artist. I'll always forget his name. He's really, really good. He made this whole series of like this like tribe, and like the tribe was like very similar to like kind of how Black Panther was, right? It's like very mechanical, but all of their inventions were what's it called? Like based off of animals, right? So their speeder bikes were in the shapes of rabbits, and like they had like these cars that were shaped like spiders and all that. It was so cool. It was like I love that thing so much, and I'll never remember the artist's name. Like every single time that I talk about it, I get really excited, and then I just forget the artist's name, which is really annoying. But if you join the Discord once I find the artist again, I'll post him there. That's a really great idea. Thank you. I am excited now. I'm like yes, yes. Now I'm so like hyped. I'm sorry because I'm drawing this as a mech. I think Black Panther is gonna be the finisher. I don't know if I'll be able to do anything after Black Panther, but we'll see. Because I also have a similar kind of vibe with Spider-Man if I was to redo him. Not so much with mechs, but maybe more so like if he was more of a monstrous kind of looking thing. It's really awesome. Thank you. But yeah, I'm thinking like what if like it's like, you know, he actually doesn't have any legs. He still has to protect his kingdom, but like, you know, this is just like a really sick wheelchair prosthetic. Shared my drawing in the Discord. Great. Well, I'll take a look there later. Is Logan considered a hero or villain? I have no clue. I did a poll on that already, and I don't know. Most people said that he's more of an anti-hero. I had a friend who was like, or like an acquaintance who was like really, really into Marvel and all that, and they were like, well, and then they gave me like a whole speech about like, he's more of an anti-hero, but like, and then she analyzed his character for me, and I'm like, well, I kind of just want it's like thanks. It's like that's interesting, but I was like, great to think about though. But I was wondering more for like, you know, just like a one word answer. But hey, you know what? I'll take it. It's great to think about in terms of writing. All right, let's look at Black Panther again because I need to see how this mask works. This thing is sick, honestly. This is a really cool design. The best thing you can do for your designs is to really mold your design around your anatomy. Anti-villain makes sense. He's done good things. He's more there to make problems. Yeah, it's like I always thought of anti-hero. That's kind of the thing, right? It's like he does like somewhat heroic things, but a lot of them are more for personal gain compared to actually for the greater good, I suppose. Again, apologies. I don't really care much for superheroes, and if you and if I am botching a favorite superhero of yours, my apologies again. But unfortunately, I am trying. I am just having fun. This is all for fun mostly, so don't take it too seriously. Anyway, Black Panther Centaur Supremacy. This is this is the only way that I'll be able to see him now, and this is the only way you shall be able to see him as well. I don't make the rules. This is just how it goes. Designing masks and helmets is tricky. Yeah, that's why I never do it. It's like I'm never gonna do it. Sorry if that was loud. Yeah, that's why I just never do it. If I can avoid it, I will. You know what I'm saying? Interesting fact: Black Panther is a non-canon series. Is in a non-canon series called Cartoon Beatbox Battles, and a beatbox battle with Batman, Deadpool, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Cartoon beatbox battles. I've never heard about that. My brain immediately went to epic rap battles of history, and I don't think that's what you mean. But like, I'm pretty sure they have that too. Oh, old YouTube channels. But interesting facts. Gotta go right now. I'm sorry it's late right now in the Netherlands. By the way, can you check out my works later in the Discord? Of course. I'm always active there. Or I'm mostly active there. But thanks for joining in. Glad you can make it. I like these, like, the tooth kind of motif. This is really cool, too. I'll probably add that back into the mech kind of leg design as well, because this is sick. I'm also trying not to be too perfect with my lines, because I don't want to take forever. Your art is really cool. Thank you! Like Ultron, he thought the best way to save the Earth was to destroy humans, pretty much. Black Panther Centaur Supremacy is the greatest combination of words I never expected to hear today. Yeah, let's go. Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, is one of the best Marvel movies. Guardians of the Galaxy was super fun. Bye. Have a nice evening. Have a nice evening as well. Guardians of the Galaxy was great. I was a really big fan of Thor Ragnarok. I thought that one was really funny. I loved when it first came out, and everybody, like, a bunch of, like, people hated it, and they were just, like, because it wasn't, like, serious enough or whatever, and I'm like, listen, buddy, I think you should just stop being so serious. I'm like, it's a fun movie. Why are you taking it so seriously? You know what I'm saying? This design is funky too because it's a lot of really tracing the muscles of the suit. Tracing the muscles of the body with the actual suit design, right? You have this really cool kind of like diamond shape that matches the kind of the shape of the pecs, and then it kind of continues downwards onto the rest of the body, which is really cool. It's a good look. We're not thinking about that. We're thinking about the centaur. Let's go. We're thinking about the... How would this kind of fit in as a puzzle piece for me? Guardians of the Galaxy is a great soundtrack. Yeah, it's got a lot of, like, older music to it. That's why my dad really liked it. I am definitely more of a modern music person, but it is a great sound. So let's say that, like... It's got to attach to the nerves somewhere, right? Let's say that it's all internal. Let's say that it's all internal because I don't have the time to think about that too hard. Where would the legs, nerves be attached on the human body in order to power a centaur? A centaur's body? Like, I don't know, man. I could probably research it, but, you know. There's a scene in Ragnarok where they do the get help thing in the D&D game. My players did it too. That's epic. The get help scene is great. I love that. That was so funny. This looks great. Thank you. Now I'm slowing down my lines a little bit, and I really shouldn't be. I should be speeding up a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so I'm kind of thinking the best way, I'm not great with robots, but the best way, the way that I always think of designing pieces for robots that looks a little bit more seamless is I think about it in doll terms, right? I tell this to a lot of my students, right? If you ever want to learn anything about art, reference a doll artist because they know like everything, right? Doll artists know everything for some reason. That's like crazy because they're really good with design. They're really good with like sewing. They're really good with color picking, color theory, all that fun jazz, right? They're just really good at everything. So like, if you ever need like any art tips, watch doll artists do their work, right? They're really good at sculpting, so they're also really good at anatomy, right? Most of my, like, a bunch of my art tips I got from doll artists, right? Because they know so much. It's really, really cool to watch them work as well. It's just a really cool thing to watch. Let's bring this design back in. Let's kind of bring this back in here. Kind of harken back to the... There we go. That fits it better. It feels more like a puzzle piece now. Good. That seems to fit a little bit better. Tail reminds me of a scorpion tail. Yeah, I'm not too happy with it. I'm gonna probably fix it. Yeah, I'm definitely not great with mechs. It's like I probably would have done this differently if I had a little more time. If I really sat down with it, I probably would have done this differently. Oh well. Fun to think about. But yeah, doll artists, you ever want to know how to do anything? There where you go. Sometimes I remember that I can solve a Rubik's Cube. I think most of us can. It just takes a lot of time. My dad is really good at solving Rubik's Cubes. Jessie, you draw cool. Thank you, Emma. I try me best. I'm trying to think. This would not work here. I'm trying to think of how these should be placed in terms of joint movement. Right? More likely than not, these will be like moving up and down, right? Not really side to side, so I have to think about how these joints in between would be attached, right? And if I'm keeping it a little more sleek, there wouldn't really be any wires hanging out. There wouldn't really be any panels you could see on the sides, all just design, right? It would all just be design. Because they're very, very, you know, sleek in like the Black Panther universe from what I've seen. Right? Their technology is very advanced. Very extreme and strong in design, right? So I'm kind of bringing back this like motif, the kind of diamond shapes. You're better than me at drawing robots' body parts. That's okay, you know. I'm kind of doing this off the top of my head, you know. I don't really think it looks very robotic. I think it just looks kind of like a doll, but you know, that is kind of half the battle, I suppose. Right, 5:05. Once I'm done these lines, we'll talk a bit about the studio again. Okay, let me write down something real quick so that I can remember. Okay. I think most supervillains would surrender at the side of this, standing up on his hind legs. Like, could you imagine? Yeah. I'd be pretty horrified if I saw this. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I really do think that my brain started taking inspiration from that one hero from My Hero, not My Hero, from One Punch Man, who like he could turn his body. He's like a cyborg, and he could turn his body into different things. And one of them was like he could turn himself into a centaur, and that was like the coolest design ever. I remember seeing that for the first time. I wanted to cry. It was so good. I've also tried to redraw it. I have never felt pain like that before. Great challenge, but again, never felt pain like that before. Okay, so I'm trying to decide which drawing program I want to use. I watched a MediBang tutorial, and before that I got pretty comfortable with it, but I want to use Krita so I can animate too. Krita is a really big learning curve compared to MediBang. Krita has a lot of different shortcuts. It works very differently. The layers don't, like a bunch of the functions don't work exactly the same, right? Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Krita. We also use Krita here at the studio though, but that's to teach animation. But there are probably tons of Krita tutorials online as well. We don't have one, but there've got to be tons of Krita tutorials online as well. But yeah, Krita is a really big learning curve compared to MediBang or Fire Alpaca and stuff like that. For me, at least. Going from Photoshop to Krita to MediBang to Krita, it's very, very different, right? Photoshop to MediBang was actually quite similar. MediBang to Clip Studio, again, very, very similar in terms of its functions, but to Krita, it's very, very different. What superhero is that? This is Black Panther. What if Black Panther was like a legit panther? I am having fun, and that's all that matters. Like Frankie from One Piece. Never watch One Piece, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, what if Black Panther was like just a straight up panther, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if he just had like a giant prosthetic that was just the lower half of a panther? Honestly, pretty sick. If I had the option to do this instead of like, you know, I'm not in a wheelchair, but like if I had the option, if I ever was in a wheelchair and I had to like lose my legs for some reason, if I had the option to become some kind of mechanical cyborg, like some kind of cyborg like panther or horse or whatever, like centaur, I would do it. I think that's sick. I think that'd be awesome, you know? Just kind of walk around with a body like this. That'd be really sick. Not gonna lie. Now if nobody messes with Black Panther, yeah. We out here. Peter Porker's an anthropig with Spider-Man's powers. True, voiced by John Mulaney, which I think is really funny. Can't believe they got him to voice something Into the Spider-Verse. That's really funny to me. Alright, so I think we will be able to move on to Spider-Man. Good. No villain can keep up with the hero. I think it's interesting when the villain can keep up with the hero. I'd love like a proper long story about like what if like the villain won and then they just didn't know what to do. I know Megamind did that, but like he ended up being good in the end, right? Real Centaur hours. Yeah, let's go. John Mulaney was one of the only reasons I decided to watch that movie. Was not disappointed with the rest of it too. I watched Spider-Verse because it just looked sick. Not gonna lie. Like, it was just a really, really good movie, you know? But yeah, it's just a really, really good movie. Sorry, my brother came in to get my Surface from me. Because he likes to play with it. Yeah, I'm keeping the motif of that kind of diamond shape in there, right? Kind of bring the design back in. I probably would have done this differently regardless, but, you know, kind of like forcing it. Yeah, Megamind was such a good movie. Megamind starring Markiplier. Yeah, he did become a hero at the end, so I was like, it's not really what I wanted. I really want a story that's just about a villain who, like, wins, and then they just don't know what to do, and it's like a psychological thriller. I think that'd be sick. The design reminds me of something, just not Centaur, something I can't remember. It's a really cool design. Thank you! A Manticore, probably? That's kind of what I was thinking of when I was looking through this, too. I want to turn this tail just back into, like, a regular tail. I feel like with that, it feels a little sleeker than the ribbing. Ever just accidentally turn off your tablet? No, actually. But valid. Okay. Before we get going, let's talk a bit about the studio. So if you did not know, our studio is a studio. It's not just a YouTube channel. So if you'd like to check out the classes that we offer, because we are an art school, right? Feel free to check out the classes that we offer. I am one of the instructors. Faye, who popped in earlier, is also one of the instructors, right? So be sure to check out the classes that we offer over there. But this file that you see in front of you, these stream files, will be available on our Discord. So if you'd like to check out our Discord, chat with me, chat with other art nerds, right? Join us all. Join the art nerd community. And, you know, join all of us together. Right? There in the Discord. And be sure to join the Discord because we also have some announcements about a giveaway popping up, right? So if you'd like to kind of check that out, be sure to join us there. But if you'd like this file and all of its layers in its entirety, you're going to have to join our Patreon. I need to change that asset. We're going to make sure to join our Patreon where you can get sneak peeks from behind the scenes stuff. You can get working files, all that fun jazz, because it is nice to have working files from other artists. But yeah, be sure to check out all of those, and there's also a limited amount of spots for discounts on the classes, so be sure to check those out before they are gone. But yeah, be sure to join the Discord so you can get updates about a upcoming giveaway that is happening. I think it's a couple weeks that we will be properly announcing it. But hey, stay tuned. You can definitely just subscribe and hear about it from here. But if you want slightly more exclusive stuff, join the Discord. Join fellow art nerds. Chat with all of us on there. Alright, do I want to color this one? I don't think so. I kind of like it without the color. Time is it? 5:14? I'm going to leave it at lines only just because I'm probably going to take a while for Spider-Man. Because I think Spider-Man is going to end up being my last one. We'll see, we'll see. But I'm pretty sure that Spider-Man will end up being my last one. Can't move both of these at once? Oh yeah, that's right, I have to put it in a new folder. So yeah, Spider-Man's probably going to take a while, because again, my brain, right, Black Panther, like, what if Black Panther was just straight up a panther, right? What if Spider-Man was just straight up a spider, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if he had more of those spidery bits, right? And I'm not talking about a mech suit, no. What if that, because, you know, Black Panther, his is mostly just a suit, right? And he's just good at fighting, right? Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider, right? It gave him spider powers, but what if it gave him more than just spider powers, right? What if he straight up just had more spider attributes, right? I think that'd be pretty sick. Again, kind of a more horror way to look at it, but I think that'd be pretty sick. Not gonna lie. So that's kind of where my train of thought is going. You know, what if the radioactiveness did a little bit more? And the canvas got wide. Yeah. So I could have more space. Right, so I'm thinking, what if he really did have more just spidery attributes? Yes, actual spider. Yes, let's go. I'm glad that Faye's into it. we're out here. We out here. So that means I can show off my my knowledge of shoulder anatomy. 8 heights, maybe. I was thinking more of a mandible for the mouth. I love drawing mandibles. I think that's super fun. Monster Spider-Man, let's go, let's go, let's go. That's what we love to see. We love to see it here. So let me look up some references real quick. Right, Spider-Man has a really, really more spider powers. Yeah, let's go. The thing with Spider-Man is that he has a very, very bright palette, right? It's a bright red on a bright blue, right? In the more modern Spider-Mans, right, they kind of changed him so he's like more of a navy compared to the bright blue that he was in the classic Spider-Man, right? Even still, with Miles Morales, that's a great palette. It's the black with the just like hints of red, which I think is really sick. Spider with human textures, perhaps Omega. What am I thinking of? Let's look up some actual spiders, because I need to actually stare at some spiders for some inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can think of a peacock spider, because those guys are really bright. They're really cute too. Peacock. Like Man-Bat, perhaps. Man-Bat would be so fun, because then you could just draw the arms as the wings. Yeah, because I'm kind of thinking that, like, he's more like a... When the spider bites you, you turn into a spider. Yeah, let's go, Aaron. Cool spiders. Well, these are some wax spiders. I'm not showing them on screen and stream just because, like, some people might have arachnophobia. Don't want that to pop up for you. Oh my. There's a child screaming at a spider. That's fun. What are you? What is this? Oh, scorpion-tailed spiders. That's pretty sick, not gonna lie. Sorry, you can't see any of this, but I was gonna say, like, let's use the Black Widow, and then I remember there is a hero called Black Widow. My bad. Man-Bat is a man-sized bat. That's pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Sounds like Mothman, but a bat instead. Oh, you're so cute. Okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking, like... Has there ever been a Tarantula Man? That sounds like a fun rival for Spider-Man. I mean, there's Venom. It's kind of close enough, I guess. I'll send a picture of what I was talking about, the Spider-Man TV show on Discord. Okay. Now, the fun thing here is I can really show you my love of drawing faces, right? Because I'm very familiar with bone structure, right, of the face, right? I'm very familiar with how the jaw connects and disconnects, right? So I'm kind of thinking that, like, you know, not only did he... I kind of want to draw him without the mask, because Spider-Man is just a cute character. I think he's fun. A lot of the different iterations I've seen of Spider-Man have just been, like, you know... He's been, like, a high school student or a college student or something kind of to that effect, right? So it's, like, I think that's a really fun kind of kind of character. When is the stream done? We'll be done in about 40 minutes, hopefully. You should be, though. Because I'm kind of thinking of something like this, you know? Spider-Man is Spider-Man suggesting to your magic. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of mandibles, right? I'm kind of thinking that he has, like, mandibles as well. Right, so if we kind of split the jaw here, give him an area for the mandibles to kind of come out, you know? We can kind of connect them back to the back of the head, maybe. It's like an extra kind of extension of the jaw. So I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe extension of the jaw? Maybe it's a... maybe not an extension. Maybe it's like part of the face. Because I'm kind of thinking I want to spend the rest of the time on Spider-Man because now my brain is turning. Right? Because if we have a bit of the mouth like here, we have the mouth here. We could have it so then it's like the bottom jaw here disconnects, and then we could have it here. Okay. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Let's make it happen. So if we have it, so then if we have the top jaw like this, then we can have this section that opens up here that can connect to the bottom bit of the jaw. The split jaw reminds me of Shin Godzilla. Perhaps. This is Mask Maker, who's really, really good at stuff like this. That's what I'm kind of getting my inspiration off of right now. So it's kind of like the jaw can split even further than it already can, right? So it's like that's kind of what I'm thinking of. So Transformers has a bot called Black Arachnia. She's terrifying, honestly. It's been a long time since I've participated in anything Transformers. Like, when I was a kid, I loved Transformers. I was obsessed. I loved Transformers as a kid. Interesting, though. The only female Transformer that I knew growing up, because, you know, older Transformers mostly male, right? The only female Transformer that I knew growing up was RC. She was pretty sick, not gonna lie. Like, she was a fun kind of character. Yeah, so let's say that it splits back here. Sorry, I'm struggling with this because now my brain is like... Let's just draw just a normal face real quick. And then we can split it with digital art magic. Yes. That's the ticket. It's just draw a normal face and then split it with digital art magic. Let's go. There we go. That's a little bit easier. Give him the snake-like jaw. I'm kind of trying to, I'm trying to Busagi my way into the mandibles. If you don't know who Busagi is, she's absolutely one of my favorite artists. She's a body horror artist. But I'm trying to Busagi my way into this anatomy working. So it's kind of like the jaw kind of splits from the sides here. So these are like mandibles. That's what I was kind of, my brain was kind of going with. Right, I wanted to draw him eating a sandwich. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want any intense, but I just wanted to draw him eating a sandwich. So I'm trying to figure out how to make his mouth open. This is why it's really important to learn anatomy, guys. Not to make your characters look better, but to be able to do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen the Mortal Kombat movie I have with my dad? I have not. No. I've heard of it, and I've heard that it sucks. But, like, a part of me wants to watch it with my dad, too, because I feel like he'd want to. He really wants to show me Gremlins, though. So I think we have to watch Gremlins first, because he says I'd like it. Honestly, I don't want to change too much about the Spider-Man suit itself. I just want to change what he looks like. That's kind of what my brain is going with. So we have the first set of arms here. Or maybe we can really show off some of the back so I can really mess with the back muscles here. With anatomy, you can draw anyone eating a sandwich. You are so right. Whoops. Yeah, don't learn anatomy so you can make your characters look better. Learn anatomy so you can give people a mandible, a kind of makeshift mandible just because. I haven't seen Gremlins. Yeah, it's an old movie. It's an older movie. This one might only be a sketch because of how complex I'm making this anatomy. Oh my god, why do I keep doing that? It's Control T, not just T. I like the squishiness of sandwiches. I think that's really fun. He doesn't even need a mask because like his face is just split, so it's like you can't even tell. You can't even tell who he is regardless. Now, if you thought that somebody with the Black Panther suit was intimidating walking up to you, imagine somebody pulling up to you looking like this. That's the fear. That's the fear. The best thing about Spider-Man is that even though he's like, you know, muscular, he's not super muscular. So it's like he's a little more lean because he's younger. So this is a bit of an easier body type for me to work with. Had to give it a Peter Parker touch. Yeah. Make him a little bit cuter in this one. Even though, like, you know, he's got 4 arms and... Oh, maybe he'll have 6 if we want to really match with how many arms a spider has. Nope. Yeah, imagine you're, like, alone and you're just... somebody that looks like this just walks up to you. Hi! Hello, Michiko baby! Welcome into the stream. We're drawing Spider-Man. But, like, the objectively better Spider-Man. That's a joke. I am joking. But, you know. Maybe I'll just have his mask kind of, like, pulled up over here. Six arms and 2 legs, yeah. Should we go with the Tom Holland Spider-Man? Yeah. Sorry, Tom Holland. I'm going. So because of the extra arms, you have to make the torso a little bit longer. That's the only kind of like kicker, I guess. Is that if you have extra shoulder blades, you have to make the torso a little bit longer. You kind of have to figure out how this works as well. You got 6 down here, and then you also got to like... kind of gotta add a bit of the back here as well. Last days I finally got my Wacom. It's actually pretty cool. Let's go. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, I am definitely a Wacom snob. I like my Wacom tablet a lot. I've only used Wacom. New Yorkers see this. Honestly, I don't know much about New York, but from what I've seen other people say, like, apparently, like, the weirder stuff is a little more normal over there. I don't know. The best thing about Spider-Man's outfit is that it's very practical for moving around a lot. I am too used to very large thighs. Oopsie doopsie. Jessie, what tablet do you use? I use a Wacom Cintiq 13 Plus. 13 Pro. Sorry, a Wacom Cintiq 13. 13 HD. Drew my first art with it. I just posted in digital if you want to see it. For sure, I'll check it out after stream. I'll check out... a bunch of you have been posting stuff in the Discord. I'll check it all out after stream. the other arm's kind of like coming from here. God, this one's so fun. I love weird anatomy. It's so good. The thing with weird anatomy is you kind of have to know how regular anatomy works in order for you to work with the weird stuff. Right? Because you really gotta kind of like putz around with it a lot. So in this case, it's kind of like he's got an extra pair of arms on his body, you know? Oh, this is weird. This is not what I was intending. This should be kind of down here, then. This should be kind of... Okay, cool. You'll like it. Yeah. I'll definitely like it. I love all of what you guys create. Even if I don't respond all the time, I always see it, and I love to see it. Yeah, this kind of like arm anatomy is tricky. It's tough, but man, it's fun. Spider-Man 2.0, but looks really weird, but in a cool way, yeah. All the arms. Oh man. Imagine what you would do with 6 arms, you know? How would you sleep? How would you lie down on that? You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like what? Hello, love your work. Thank you. Thank you, Art Ziri. Glad you can make it to the stream. How long have I been drawing? 20 years. I'm 20 years old. 20 years. I'm joking. I've been drawing seriously since I was maybe 13. But I've been drawing for my whole life. So I've been drawing for as long as I can remember, but I really started taking it seriously when I hit maybe 13 years old. Is this also my job? Yes, it is. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to take us to the end. This is taking a long time. I don't know, I'd probably never use them. Really? I'd use them for everything, dude. I could draw, I could type off to the side, I could do my hair. I don't know, man. I'd do everything. I could eat. Dude, imagine having an extra pair of hands, right? You could have a snack while you're drawing uninterrupted. The best, right? You could check your phone while you're watching a movie while you're eating, and like you don't have to like wipe off your hands. You don't have to worry about grease getting on your tablet, right? Imagine you're playing video games, right? You need to eat something, right? Because you're horribly malnourished because you've been gaming for so long. But then like you don't want to ruin your keyboard. Or you don't want to ruin your like whatever, right? Imagine. Time to redraw this when the stream is done. You can definitely attempt to. I'd love to see your own interpretation of some of these superheroes, though, instead of just copying what I'm doing. What do you think Spider-Man should look like as a redo, you know? Yeah, this side is really weird because it's like this side is the left is more compressed than the right. So I have to kind of move this stuff around to really adjust for the back muscles a little bit. There we go. Still sketching Green Goblin. I feel like they did Green Goblin dirty with his designs. Absolutely. I'm sorry, Green Goblin's so ugly. I don't know what they did with him. Same with Aquaman. There's a new Aquaman that's being made. Oh man, what's the guy's name? It's so good. I put him in my story. It was so good. Just the art. The artist is David Talaski. Super super good. Oh, I have seen his work before. Yeah, David Talaski. He did the variant cover for Aquaman the Becoming with Jackson Hyde as Aquaman instead. So cool. So cool. It's such a good look for Aquaman. Because Aquaman has such a awful design. I'm sorry if you like Aquaman. I don't know anybody who's actually a really big Aquaman fan, but I'm sorry if you like Aquaman, but that design is so ugly. And then like I just saw the new one, right? The Aquaman the Becoming. It's so cool. It's just so cool. And I'm like, it just looks really good, and it's like the rendering was so good, and it's like somebody of color, and it's like, oh, it's super super cool. Been redrawing Sans art for a while now, and some of the drawings look identical. Yeah, be careful with redraws. Some artists really don't like it when you redraw their work. Thanos, you don't have a chance with this Spider-Man. Yeah, Thanos only got 2. He has like 4 times less the arms, you know? Sorry, 2 times less the arms. 2? No, I got it right. 4 times less the arms. Bro, he got nothing. He can't stand a chance. Imagine this Spider-Man using the Infinity Gauntlet. How many times do you think you'd need to snap? Yeah, the new Aquaman's just cooler looking, man. Like I don't know what to tell you. That design's just sick. I have been showing pictures of it. That's okay, but just be careful when you're redrawing, you know? Not a lot of artists like their work redrawn. But yeah, if you're kind of copying just for studying purposes, that's okay. Right? But just don't claim it as your own, you know? This design is so fun. I'm sorry, it's just a lot of fun. Don't know how to draw this hair. Why is this kid's hair so hard? He's older than me. I don't care. Like, Jessie, do you also make animations? No, I am not an animator. My best friend's an animator. I can't animate to save my life. Kind of want to show a comparison of what that mouth might look like open and closed next to each other. Yeah, because then you can kind of see what I'm kind of doing with it. I've done a design like this before, and it was a lot of fun. Mandibles. You can never go wrong with a cool pair of mandibles, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, if I ever go kind of quiet, I'm like focusing a little bit because I'm trying to think of logistics of how this works, or if it's like readable or whatever. May I ask how you do those eyebrows? Eyebrows usually can be drawn as kind of like a bar, right? For me, it's like, you know, you have 2/3 of the brow will be going in one direction, 1/3 will be going in another, right? Same with the hair. The hair, when it goes upwards on that first 2/3, grow this way. Last 2/3 grow the other way, right? Usually they're in an arc like that. Just kind of draw them above the eyes. I might want to draw this design again. This is a lot of fun. This design is a lot of fun. Just like the way that the mouth opens. I'm just a very big fan of it. I mean, like the really intense, kind of wild looking. Okay, let me line this one. Yeah, this should take us to the end. So with the G pen, yup. Want to be an animator when I grow up. Ooh, good luck. Animation is toughy. Me too, but for easy things, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. No worries. Yeah, animation is a really tough, really tough profession to go into. My best friend's an animator. She's constantly dying, but she loves it. Yeah, with animation especially, you better love what you're doing. Our resident studio animator Yuri, who actually has worked in the animation industry, could probably talk more about it than I could. Because truthfully, I'm not super familiar. Yeah, this should take us right to the end. There's about 17 minutes left. That's not too bad. Because now I'm not figuring out the anatomy of things. I'm just kind of drawing it in. This is such a wild design. It's so fun. Have I ever made an animation? Yes, I have. I've made a few. Most of them were just for school, though. I've never actually done one for fun before. Mostly because I'm just like, I'm super bad at it, A. B, I find that I don't really enjoy animation. Like, can I do it in theory? Yes. Like, I know the animation principles, I know all that fun stuff, right, because of school. But I find that I don't find enjoyment from animation. Like, props to you if you love animation, right? It's just for me, I'm way too impatient. I mean, clearly, right? I try to work at a mile a minute. And animation, you can't be super speedy. It takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of you drawing the same thing over and over. At heart, I am just more of an illustrator than anything else, you know? But props to you if you really like animation. Keep doing it. Keep going, right? It's a great art form. But yeah, I've always found that I just don't really have the enjoyment that other people have with animation. Looks so clean. Thank you. Just joined the Discord. Yes. Welcome. What has been the longest time you've spent on a drawing? Oh, I want to say 80 hours. 75 to 80 hours. There was one piece, like there's a... Is it on your channel? No. This is not my channel. This is a studio channel. I am just the face that you see of it. I'm the person you hear most of the time, but we are a team. It's not just me. It's why it's Wing Campus Studio. So it's not just me, but I am the voice you hear most of the time. But yeah, I've maybe 75 hours. I remember one piece that I used to get into my first college maybe took 75-ish hours. Another piece that I did just for fun took maybe 75 to 80 hours. It was really funny because one was a really big background. The other had no background at all, but it was just really intricate armor. that I painted, right? So I digitally painted all of that, and it took just so long because of like how intricate it was. Well, the other one was full background, full detail, right? The one that I did for my old college was super, super intense, and it took super long because it was a really big challenge. You also draw on paper. I don't think it's boring, but I definitely enjoy digital art. Yeah, I draw traditionally and digitally. I exist too. Yes, Aaron exists. Aaron is part of our channel as well. So it is not just me, don't worry. I don't think that animation's boring. I just find that I'm just not built for it, I guess. I can't work on something for that long. But yeah, no, I work traditionally and digitally. I prefer digital, 100%. I prefer digital, but I have worked in both. I'm technically trained more in traditional, but when I started doing digital, I never looked back. Can I see one of the 75 hours? Yeah, I'll post it later. You can also check it out on my Instagram, at television. That's also where you can read. My webcomic. Though that updates on Webtoon now. But regardless, yeah, one of the 75-hour pieces they're on me Insta, also on Twitter, but I don't really update Twitter that much anymore. Thought it was only you. Nope, lots of people think that. Don't worry, it's not just me. Faye, who popped in earlier, is my wonderful boss. Lovely studio director, art god. But yes, Faye is the head honcho. But yeah, no, it's great. I love working here. I've been here for ages. Well, not that long. I guess I'm just no longer the rookie. I guess that's what it is. I'm gonna check it out. Okay. But yeah, my yeah, they're on my Instagram. But I'll post it up later onto the Discord too. I have to think about how it would fold as if it was really pushed up along his face, right? So there's going to be a lot of folding, a lot of scrunching kind of around this area. Oh, I spent so long on that face. Oh my god. It's already 5:48. What? That's not too bad, actually. Question: as an artist, what is your opinion on a few of the killer's design in the game Dead by Daylight? Everybody says that they're so good, and I have never seen any of them. What I've heard, they're really, really cool, though. Let's Google that. Let's find this. I like this bunny one. That's cool. Oh, there's a... This is very, Hotline Miami-esque. With the animal masks. They get Pyramid Head in Dead by Day. Oh, that's really funny. Very nice. These are funky. Interesting. I'm really big fan of monsters. I really like the weird kind of monsters. I like the really gross ones. I think, like, that's why I really like Resident Evil 8, but... Jessie, I know we don't know each other for very long, but you're so cool. Jessie, can you buy me the Nintendo Switch? Apologies, I am probably just as broke as you are, so no. But thank you. I appreciate you thinking that. I'm very cool. I haven't seen or played Dead by Daylight. I remember when it was really, really popular, like when it first kind of came out and everybody was playing it. And I watched a lot of YouTubers kind of play it together. I know it's still popular, but I'm not like, I don't really keep up with it anymore. Okay, let's see here. Jesus, Mr. Beast. Bro, I wish. I'm a sentient bowl of mac and cheese, not even able to hold money. That's valid. I too wish I was a... I wish I was a sentient bowl of mac and cheese. Actually, no, I don't. I don't think that would be... But you're valid. You're valid. What games do I play? I don't play as many anymore. I used to play a lot more when I was younger, but the majority of what I play is just Nintendo. I watch a lot of video game playthroughs though. I watch a lot of playthroughs. but I don't really have the time to play games anymore. Not as often anyway. But yeah, a lot of what I play is Nintendo. I really like horror though, so I do like to watch a lot of horror gameplays or hear about horror games, right? Stuff like that. Oh man, at least the PS5. Brother, that's more. I'm gonna get myself a PS5 before I get you one. We have a PS4, we don't have a PS5. We also have an Oculus, but that's my brother's. But I do get to play it, and honestly, VR fishing, pretty sick. That's the ticket, you know what I'm saying? His gloves are different in every single thing that I see. Okay, I'm gonna stand up for a second. Watching playthroughs is valid. Yeah, it's all I can do, you know, sometimes. Oh, you just started playing a bit of Fortnite again? No, I could never. Fortnite was the one game I refused to ever play. Same with Genshin. Like, I like Genshin's designs a lot, but, like, I need to save my wallet, and I know that with a game like that, I will perish. My wallet will perish. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just gotta, like... Then the NES. The NES? Do I play Fortnite? No. When you draw, a creative block does not happen to you. Creative block happens to me not very often. I don't think I ever really get creative block. I get motivational block. I can draw whatever I want whenever I want, but I'll get motivational block. So it'll be like, yeah, I have an idea to draw, but like I just don't want to. I find that usually I have to wait for it to go away, and then it will come back like a day or two later. Like it's never like I get my motivational block and then I never get the want to draw again. Because I know that I will want to draw again. It's just like sometimes I just need a break. Right, and like I find that if I try to force myself to do it, my artwork looks like 20 times worse, or like I just get really upset when I try to work, right? So like I just don't force myself. I tell myself, okay, you're just gonna stop for a bit, and then we can get back into it another day. Have you played Little Nightmares? That's a game that I really want to play. I have it. I loved the first one. I did watch a playthrough for the first one, and I really want to play the second one, but I want to play the first one for myself before I play the second one. But I've already watched a playthrough for the first one. I just, you know. Nightcry would have been a game you would have enjoyed playing. The main antagonist is a cloak spirit that wields a giant pair of scissors. Nightcry! I feel like I've heard of that one before. I'm a very story-based person, though. I'm a very, very heavy story-based person. I find that if a game doesn't have a story of any kind, then I get really bored really easily. Same Jessie, motivatant. Did I ever play Ark? No. I had a cousin who played Ark, though. Played so much Ark, I enjoy it so much with friends. Yeah, no, I was never a multiplayer person either. A lot of the games that I really enjoy are single player, really heavy story, right? Lots of story elements within them. Little Nightmares is supposed to get a cartoon series. No news about this current status. That project has been announced on whether it was a canceled on. Oh, funky. Played Brawlhalla, excellent. Friday Night Funkin', Hollow Knight. I love Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's really good. I have Little Nightmares and finish it. Nice. Little Nightmares is a great game. Gorgeous monsters. That's an example of monsters and creatures that I really love. Little Nightmares did it good, dude. They look good. They're horrifying looking. They're super original. Alright, the Little Nightmares team is just super good at what they did. Ooh, 6 minutes? Alright, let's zoom. Yeah, Little Nightmares, they did a great job designing those characters. Alright, see ya! Thanks for joining. Sometimes a Kirby game can be old Nintendo consoles and PC. Ah, so you, like, definitely don't, ROM hack them. Jessie, would you rather draw digitally or traditionally? I am definitely more of a digital artist nowadays. Can I draw digitally? Yes, but I way... Or can I draw traditionally? Yes, but I way prefer digital now. That's why you're seeing me work digitally. I preach too much about Hollow Knight. Me with God of War. My love of God of War is just so intense. I love that game so much. Same with Kirby. Kirby I love as well. But for different reasons. I like them both for different reasons. But yeah, I'm a very big story game person. I really liked Omori. That's a more recent one that I played. that I really, really loved. I'm wearing an Amori shirt right now. In the same vein, I really liked Undertale when it first came out. I still really like Undertale. It's still a fantastic game. I just wish that the fandom wasn't like that. You know what I mean. Do I know Brawlhalla? Yes, I do. Bye, Tycho. Thanks for joining. I know what it is. I've never played it, but I know what it is. The teacher in Little Nightmares 2 is scary. I love that design. I saw a little snippet of it. Just the way the neck moves. Oh, so good. I was like, I remember seeing that. I was blown away. I was like, yes, that's what I want to see. I want to see more of that. Right, I guess that's why I'm so picky with, like, horror movies. Right, it's like whenever I watch a horror movie, either I don't want to see the monster and have it be left up to imagination, or if I do see the monster, then it better be cool, or else I'm gonna be, like, real mad. More often than not, the monsters aren't that cool, so then I just have to, like, sit and cry about it. I'm like, this is so boring. It's like, I want to see something cool. Kind of like A Quiet Place. Like, they showed the monster full frontal, and I was like, And I'm like, it's okay, I guess. Okay, 3 minutes left. I got time. We got time. We got time. Sometimes I want to watch a horror movie just to see the monster design. Me. I feel like I'd be bad at Little Nightmares, partially because I'm just bad at games, but also partially because I just want to see the monster half the time. Nightcry is about it playing as 3 people at different times. He goes Ludus, a ghostly, cloaked K-worder while wandering a luxury cruise ship. The K-worder is based on the game, the one from the Clock Tower games. I haven't heard about Clock Tower in ages. But that's what I first thought of when you said somebody with scissors. I was like, Clock Tower? Interesting though, interesting. Yeah, there's gotta be some kind of story to it. Like, I'll find it really boring unless there's like a really big, good story. I'm like, yeah, very heavy story, single player kind of person. Peter looks amazing. Thank you. What are you gonna tell us, Michigo? Make sure it's family friendly, please. Make sure. Forgot what Netflix movie it was where the monster was like a moose with a human torso for a head. Antlers? That one I don't think has come out yet. But that one was about the Wendigo, I think. Jessie, have you seen Petscop? Yeah, I have. Petscop is great. I want to learn more. I learned most of what I know about Petscop through like ARG channels. Like, I haven't actually watched Petscop myself, but I love what they're doing. Petscop and Catastrophe Crow, both really, really good. Were super fun. Do I know The Walking Dead? Yes, I do. Never played it, never watched the show, but I do know it. That's not what I wanted to tell you. Okay. Yeah, love Petscop. I feel like Petscop is just a really, really cool project. It's really, really well done. It's a really cool ARG. Right, I Am Sophie recently just finished, and I was really sad about that. But yeah, I can't wait to see the next part of Catastrophe Crow, if and when it does pop up, right? Because, like, I don't know what they're gonna do after this point, right? It's like I don't know if they've moved forward at all. Because, you know, they kind of hit like a dead end for a while, and like I don't know if like it's continued or not. I guess I will just have to wait until either Nightmind, Inside a Mind, or Nexpo talks about it. You watch horror games, don't play through. Yeah. That's valid, that's valid. Okay, it's 6. We're almost done here, though. I just gotta kind of draw in the suit details as well. ARGs are wild, right? So good. So good. I want to make one. Honestly, do it. That sounds like so much fun. I'd love to try an ARG at some point. Just something really creative. I have a couple ideas for like alternate reality stuff, but like I don't know if I'd ever have the time for it. All right, let me kind of take a quick peek at how this suit works, and we'll see if I can mimic that a little bit. I mean, nobody ever shows it from the back. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. It's like... Okay. Bet, yeah. Oh, Visage is an old one. ARGs. ARG stands for alternate reality game. But yeah, guys, that's 6 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you would like to, join our fellow art nerds on another channel, on another place. Oh, actually, no. If you'd like to check out the classes that we offer, all the things that we offer that are not free, but you would like to try some classes with us, try some other things that we like to offer, be sure to check out our website where you can see all the class offerings. Right now, summer camp is going on, so if you'd like to check out the camps that we offer, the things that are happening right now, be sure to go onto the website for that. If you would like this file as a JPEG, see what I would save it, do whatever you want with it, like keep it, save it, do whatever you want with it, just don't repost it. Then join our Discord. That's where you can find all this stuff, right? The Discord will be up. It'll be up on Instagram as well, so be sure to check those out there. But if you would like my working files, so all of these layers, all of the different folders and everything like that, you're gonna have to join our Patreon, which is where you can, check out all the working files. You'll get behind the scenes sneak peeks. You'll also be able to see, get discounts on our classes as well. So be sure to check those out before they are gone. But yeah, guys, another thing, right? Go to our socials, join our Discord, so you can get little hints about an upcoming thing that's happening, a little giveaway that's happening soon, a couple weeks from now. But yeah, thanks so much for joining, y'all. Next week is anime, I believe. Yeah, I think it's anime pop culture. I gotta rearrange all the things, but anime pop culture for next week. But yeah, thanks so much for joining, y'all. Had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I saw something that Aaron said. Cicada. Yep, Cicada 3301. Good one. It's a good ARG. But yeah, thanks so much for joining, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.